Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Our Galactic Family podcast. My name's John Wilkinson, and I channel a group that I call my brothers and sisters from across the stars. In today's lesson, I'm going to be sharing with you the fifth lesson of the Sing Your Soul's Song class. Today's lesson is called Nurturing the Seed of Your Soul's Song. I'd like to move us directly into the message, so please take a moment and get yourselves comfortable. And the channeled message will begin shortly. One of the pitfalls many of you experience when you're learning to sing your soul's song isn't just singing a song that isn't yours to sing, but trying to sing your song before it's ready to be sung. A lot of you rush into singing your soul's song before you're ready. First, we must say to you, many of you fail to sing your soul's song, not because you don't know what to do, but because you try and rush and force it into being before it's ready to be born. And you end up making a lot of mistakes that can sometimes do a lot of harm. We know it's not intended, but we encourage many of you to slow down. We understand you may feel like you have to do everything all at once, like time is of the essence. And if you don't get everything done right now, you will end up failing and letting everyone down in some way. While it's true, there isn't an infinite amount of time for you to accomplish your goals and fulfill your agreements. But if you really took some time to understand the nature of your reality, to be one that takes time for things to grow into what they're intended to be, why would you expect your soul's song to be any different? We invite you to take a moment and imagine that your soul's song is but a simple seed. Now in time, this seed will grow into a beautiful flower that will assist humanity and the earth by fulfilling its purpose, by simply being what it's intended to be. That flower can't be anything else but that flower. So if you honor your soul by first accepting that you have a song to sing, and do your best not to force it to be something it's not supposed to be, then you are part of the way there already. For many of you, you are still but a seed, waiting to reach its potential and become a beautiful flower and sing your unique song, giving back something to your reality that only you can give. We invite you to think of this time in your life when you are still but a seed as your time of learning, where you study what interests you, what you're excited to go learn about. We can't stress the importance enough of studying the things that excite you, for that is your soul telling you this will help you now or in your future, and may possibly help or even be a part of the song you are meant to sing. Every learning opportunity nourishes the seed that is your soul's song and can help it grow. But how is it going to grow? Will it grow as a healthy, vibrant flower? Or will it grow and wilt as a malnutritioned flower, starving for light? That depends on you and what you feed it in the form of your life experiences and what learning opportunities you pursue, or in some cases, what opportunities you ignore, and whether or not you listen to the voice of your soul when it shares those feelings of passion and excitement. When that opportunity to learn something new or experience something new arrives, do you feel that you have been listening to the voice of your soul? Do you seize those opportunities when creativity inspires you and your passions are ignited by the voice of your soul? If you listen to those gentle whispers, those feelings that uplift and encourage you to go forth and learn something new and go experience something you never thought you would, possibly something you had no interest in before. If you do that, you will nourish your soul and breathe life into your soul's song. But it might not be time yet for you to sing your soul's song today. Today may just be the day when you realize you have a song to sing, and you are in the process of putting it all together, putting it to paper, or imagining what it would be like to create this thing that your soul is urging you to create. You may try and use your logic to understand it all. Or you might try and peer into the future and see what it is you're here to create. And as you do this, it always seems just out of reach, eluding you. Many of you get stuck in this trap of needing to know everything today and lack the trust in this part of you, what many of you call your higher self or your higher mind, that understands all too well to give you everything now would not serve you at all. And this is why you only get one thing at a time. Perhaps a desire to go learn something new, and that feeling of excitement to go explore and have a different experience. Follow that, and the rest of the answers will come in time, nurturing the seed of your soul's song. Take time to water this seed with new experiences and new opportunities to learn, breathing life into it as you allow yourself time to learn the skills needed for what comes next. The answers you seek will be made available to you in time. Some of you may feel like you're not inspired at all to learn anything new. You may feel like you don't even hear the voice of your soul. And it's okay if you don't believe you're hearing the voice of your soul. The truth is, your soul's voice isn't loud and obvious to many of you, and can be very gentle and soft and easy to miss if you don't understand what you're looking for. We would encourage you to find an activity, even just listening to music that creates these feelings of excitement within you. And take a moment to ask yourself, what activity excites you? What brings you joy? Follow that. And understand it might not be a spiritual practice at all. as many of you get locked into this notion that your soul's song needs to be some sort of spiritual practice. The truth is, your soul's song only needs to be a reflection of who you really are. Your soul's song is the embodiment and the physical manifestation of who you really are and what you came to Earth to share. Take some time today and reflect on these words as you search yourself for what excites you and what brings you joy, and see where it leads you. And if a new door opens, something new to experience that you've never done before, but have always thought about and wanted to try, take it slow and see where it leads you. You may have just found the key to unlocking your soul's song. That does conclude the channeled message. I'd like to move us into the final part of today's lesson. This final part is going to involve you doing some homework. And all I want you to do is to find an activity, something that you can do that you're excited to go do. This can be something that you used to do when you were younger and stopped, or it can be something brand new that you've always wanted to try, but were perhaps afraid to try. And what I've found is it's the feeling of excitement or passion that can lead us to the next part of singing our soul's song. I would like to just take a few moments and share a personal story with you about how following this exercise helped me. A few years ago, I went through a period of transformation as I was very attached to walking a certain path, as I was adamant this was the right way to go. And my soul self completely disagreed and tried to get me to take a different path. You see, my soul self was trying to get me to do channeling, but I was having no part of it. So my soul self created an experience where I was then forced to take a different path. And that's when I began to search for some answers. And I felt encouraged to go do some writing, to write a book. And the first thing I decided to do was to reread a lot of my old writings from when I was a child and when I used to keep a dream journal, and my writings from my teenage years and young adult years. Now, there was a time in my life, in my 20s, when I was studying to become an evidential medium, as that's what I was excited to go do. That was my passion. And this was the time in my life where I felt the most happy and free. I was traveling the world. I was studying what I've always dreamed of studying in another country. And I was excited to go do it, even though there was some fear there too. And as I was reading some of these messages that I had written from what I had called spirit at the time, as that was the training I received, I felt quite sad. And I said to myself, what happened to this guy? I want to be this guy again. It's my belief that that was my soul speaking to me. And there was a point where I decided that I should share some of these messages on social media. I didn't know why it was important at the time, but I'll never forget the feeling I got. It was excitement. But it wasn't just excitement or joy. It was like I was 6 years old again, and I was running downstairs, and it was Christmas morning, and I knew Santa had just been. It was the magic of anything is possible. And this encouraged me to learn a lot of different things that I never thought I would ever learn how to do. That up until that point, I had no intention or desire to do. First, I learned how to record audio and I learned how to edit it. I learned lots of different skills that I would later need. And this ultimately led me to writing and channeling at the time almost every single day and sharing these messages with people. So for me, it was the activity of writing. That's what excites me. And it was something that I used to love to do when I was younger. And it's always been my way to connect with that higher mind, my soul self, or what other people might call the other side of the veil. Now, I can't promise to you that your activity is going to lead you where it led me, but I do believe that if we follow the feelings of excitement, of passion, you can experience that magical feeling that you feel deep inside, where you truly believe that anything is possible. That will ultimately take you to the next part of discovering what your soul's song is. I do hope that you're willing to go do this homework and go find an activity that truly excites you, that you're passionate to go do. And just see where it leads you and see how that higher mind, your soul self, guides you as you discover for yourself what your soul's song is. And that does conclude today's lesson. I do hope that it helped you. And I look forward to seeing you all again very soon.